I want to break down this clip of Donald Trump using disgusting rhetoric, and I also want to break down reports detailing how Donald Trump is prepping for the upcoming debates next week. We have a lot to get to in this video, but first, you need to watch this clip of a Fox Business host getting RNC chair Michael Whatley to agree that VP Harris's new economic proposals are good. This is being injected into the homes of millions of Fox News viewers, and it is a must-watch. Make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel to help boost this message. Take a look.
It's really hard to think that she's going to walk back on all of that right now.
I just want to press the point. When a political candidate comes up with what I think is a good idea, I have to call it a good idea. And a $50,000 tax cut for small, not tax cut, but a tax credit for startups, for small businesses, coupled with less red tape. I got to say, that is a good idea, regardless of our other tax ideas.
While that may be a good idea, it's hard to see how she's going to move forward with it, and she certainly is not going to reduce red tape. I think that
this is being aired on Fox News, and the RNC chair just said himself that this is a good idea. And he said that she won't be able to move forward with it, but look who's talking. You're supporting Donald Trump, who came into office in 2017 with a laundry list of different items he wanted to do, including building the wall, draining the swamp. He wasn't able to get any of them done because he's an ineffective leader. So at least VP Harris has some sort of policy prescription, step-by-step plans beyond increasing tariffs and cutting taxes to zero. I mean, all of Donald Trump's policy prescriptions are infantile, are juvenile. He has the ideas of a kindergartner if he even proposes policies at all. When it comes to healthcare, he keeps saying in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks. But it's funny because apparently VP Harris is such a communist that she wants to support small businesses with tax deductions and help them grow. That is why Republicans' attacks are falling completely flat, because when they call VP Harris a communist and she comes out with policies like that, it doesn't align. Friend of the show, Bill DeMaio, said, "It's a great idea. 50K in deductions makes trying to start up viable for millions more people trying to make their own way through life. It's living the American dream at its finest, and one of the many reasons why I'll be voting for her. Y'all should too. This only incentivizes small businesses to start up at higher rates and makes it easier for them, makes it harder for them to fail in a roundabout way if they're able to have 50K in tax deductions. And this is on top of VP Harris's plan to incentivize builders to build 3 million new homes and sell them to first-time home buyers. So we've got a lot of good stuff going on in the world of VP Harris. Let's dip our toes into the world of Donald Trump and his press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, who went on Newsmax. I mean, she goes on Fox News, CNN all the time. It's always a disaster. And this time, she tried to lay out Donald Trump's debate prep, or lack thereof, and she just ends up saying that Trump is going to be ill-prepared. Watch.
Through how debate prep is going for the former president. What's he doing?
President Trump is ready for the debate next week, and we very much look forward to the opportunity for him to contrast his strength and record of success with Kamala Harris' weakness and record of failures. Now, President Trump, as has been reported, doesn't need traditional debate prep, Rob. He doesn't do the stand-in actor to pose as his opponent. He understands the issues that matter to voters, and his prep comes every single day on the on the campaign trail when he takes questions directly from voters.
So she's saying that he's not prepping at all for the debate, and that does follow because it's not like he answers any of the questions on stage. In fact, he's a professional at dodging the questions and lying his way through, just bulldozing his way through. But it was revealed that Tulsi Gabbard is helping Donald Trump prep for debate. So he is doing some prep behind the scenes, of course, they always do. And Tulsi Gabbard and Donald Trump held a town hall about a week ago, and that town hall was very clearly debate prep because Donald Trump was standing, walking around for 90 minutes. He was very clearly preparing for a 90-minute debate. He was trying to see, my theory is that he was trying to see if he can even stand up for 90 minutes without falling over or embarrassing himself or looking old on stage. And he was able to, but just barely. Donald Trump also took some questions at the town hall, probably trying to refine his skills, make sure he's quick on his feet. But yeah, I mean, the entire translation for what Caroline Leavitt is saying is that Donald Trump doesn't think he needs to prep, but I'm sure that he's doing some behind the scenes. Now, this is a clip of Donald Trump using his normal hyperbolic, apocalyptic rhetoric about immigrants, and I just want to break down why this is so silly after. Listen.
You know, they think it's like Alice in Wonderland where everything's so beautiful. It's not beautiful. It's really bad what's happening to our country. They're poisoning and sickening. Our country is sick. And what they're doing is just not even, it's not comprehensible.
So Donald Trump is completely virtue signaling here. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He's rambling his way through. But there are a few competing theories that I want to present to you guys. Whenever Donald Trump says that immigrants are getting their hands on credit cards, they're coming over with credit cards, I think that he's talking about immigrants applying for visas. He thinks that visas, people applying for visas, are Visa credit cards. In the same vein, every time Donald Trump talks about immigration, he segues it into Hannibal Lecter. And I think that's because when Donald Trump is talking about immigrants coming from mental institutions, he's talking about immigrants seeking asylum. He can't differentiate between immigrants seeking refuge or asylum or a safe place versus an institution that holds people who are not well, a mental asylum. So Donald Trump genuinely can't hold these two conflicting ideas in his head at once, in the same way that he can't hold the two ideas that VP Harris's mom is Indian and her dad is Jamaican, the same way that Republicans are melting down now that VP Harris is talking in different ways. I mean, they can't understand, they can't hold these two ideas in their head at once, that you can grow up in multiple different environments and be comfortable talking to different groups of people. Some close friends of mine who are black and have grown up experiencing a very similar thing have explained this to me before as code switching. It is when you feel more comfortable talking to your own group, and then black Americans oftentimes feel pressure to talk differently around white people. This is Peabody on Twitter explained it well. She said, "We've seen this before. Republicans attacking gifted Democrats who are sensitive to their audience and able to code switch and choose the register to meet people on their own terms. They did the same thing to AOC. In your dreams, Couchboy, in your dreams," says Miss Peabody. But no, it is a good point, and it is something that actually happens. Can I point out how hilarious the chyrons are for Fox News? Harris slammed for fake accent in Detroit speech. Number one, the accent isn't fake. Number two, who is doing the slamming? You are, Fox News. You are manufacturing this controversy for views. Next, Chiron says, White House dismisses questions over Harris accent. Yeah, the questions were coming from Fox News, from Peter Doocy, and KJP was kind of a boss when she shot Peter Doocy down. I love to see it. But yeah, it is another case of Fox News and Republicans manufacturing a controversy and not understanding the lived experiences of black Americans, in the process undermining the lived experiences of many people in this country who sometimes don't feel comfortable. I mean, it is it's a very common experience, and whether it's women, whether it's black Americans, whether it's Jewish Americans, Republicans just love to deride them and try to undermine their lived experiences. When I'm talking about Jewish Americans, it's because Donald Trump is always saying that they need to get their head checked, that they're mentally ill if they vote for Democrats. It just doesn't make sense, and it is divisive rhetoric, which brings me back to this first clip, which is just divisive, apocalyptic rhetoric. If you agree, leave a like on this video, comment a blue heart, and subscribe. Peace out.